Once again, everybody, I'm Jake Luce, and welcome to this committed prospects interview with class of 2022 committed prospects, Manny Essley. Manny, welcome to your committed prospects interview. We did it. We're finally
Yes,
here.
yes, sir. Thank
So,
God.
so you're committed to the University of Pittsburgh at Greensburg. I know it was a pretty quick process for you. You were with LPG like 7, 8 months, and then
Yeah,
boom,
something like that.
you get a scholarship. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I'm happy and privileged to be able to get that at the time. I know with like COVID and the whole pandemic with like Class A and how there wasn't many spots open for many college recruits. It's good that I was able to actually get one and get my foot through the door and actually be able to pick something up and continue the process of baseball. So at least I know for the future I have somewhere to go at least.
So it was interesting when we first signed you, right? It was something that your dad and your mom were definitely all in on from the beginning. And it
Mhm.
was funny because I was actually playing my season as well. And so I remember because I was playing my professional season, and then all of a sudden I get a call from your dad. So it was really
Yeah.
cool to like be able to sign you and then kind of prove that, hey, pro athletes can help high school recruits. So was it pretty cool like signing at the time that you did and then seeing how quickly your recruiting process got started?
Yeah, it's very helpful having you on my side and being able to pick me up and help me just try to push out and get something to look at me is helpful. And I know like you playing during the season, like it's your time as well, like your money, your time. So if you're playing pro ball, you also were able to keep on helping me, at least look at me for the majority of the time and get me somewhere. So it's helpful, yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is also is you participated in your own rescue, Manny. Let's not look past that. I mean, I talk to prospects all the time, and you watch the newsletters, and you've been following you're so
Hmm.
active on social media. Prospects that help themselves during this process, it works a lot more efficiently if they do that. So, what would you
For sure.
say are some of the things that you learned of why it's important to actively participate in your college recruiting process?
I would say just if you have a platform, use it for good. I mean, if you have like say 1,000 followers on Instagram, like 500 followers on Twitter, one person will see it. Like multiple people see it, but that one important person, like a coach or like an assistant coach, they can see it and they can help you with it. So, I mean, I'm not big on Twitter, but my Instagram, and I would say it's quite popular. So using that to help me push out and like find something, it helps. And it might not just come from email, like Twitter DMs, Instagram DMs, it all helps. So like just having you doing your job by like posting your hits, posting fielding, training, like little stuff. Like, yeah, I know you ain't gonna be perfect, but if you post some good stuff and they like it, then they might give you a chance. So it's helpful to be active.
Okay, so let's build on that though, because as a prospect, some prospects are going to say, "Well, Manny, I don't want to be posting all this stuff about myself. I don't want to make
Hmm.
college coaches believe that it's all about me." So when you have someone like LPG helping you with that posting and kind of doing it and then letting you engage, does that make it easier on you as a prospect?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't obviously if you don't feel comfortable about doing it, but you also need that help, LPG can help, and they can support you by posting on there, and it helps if they post it out, and then if a coach sees it, then they can contact you or like anyone else and be like, "This player, what's he like? What's about him? How's his grades? How is he as a person?" And it's helpful. So yeah, I mean, if you don't post it yourself, Luce or LPG can help you with getting it out there.
Okay, so let's talk about character now, because in the
Mhm.
time that we've worked together, that's something that we talked about from the very beginning. Like, not everyone
Yeah.
gets into LPG, but you and I
Mhm.
have never met in person, right?
Nah, not once.
But we know that if we did, and the day that we do, it's going to be a big hug. It's a what's up. It's hey, how you
Yeah,
doing? Like, I'm excited for you, right? So
for sure.
talk to me about character with prospects and also the relationship that you and I have built as your advisor and helping you through this process. And the one, like you said a few weeks ago, I want to continue to get better. And what can I do to help myself even after I am a college athlete?
Oh, so with the character, you just be who you are. Like obviously, if you go look for help, you're wanting to get that help, and I'm assuming like you're pretty like knowledgeable, a knowledgeable person. Like you actually look forward to meeting people. Like you want the help, So having a good character, like being positive, like obviously having discipline in yourself and knowing like what you need, it's good. And as well, like the bonding, like you just gotta be one. Like if you two are on like the same page and you are actually like on like the same bridge and you communicate with each other, it's helpful. If you
Okay,
guys just
so
like
hold on before you continue. All right, I
yeah,
want to remind you that I had to kind of pull you along just a little bit, right, during
mhm,
that process. So even though as a prospect, it may seem like, well, of course I'm going to participate. Sometimes I think prospects underestimate, the things
mhm,
that they have to do a little bit. So can you
yeah,
speak on that a little bit? And because what happened was, Manny, you're coachable. That's the whole point. You're very
yeah,
coachable. I said, hey, this is what I need from you. And you immediately made the adjustment. So
mhm,
prospects that are kind of just walking along and not really doing anything versus the prospect that actually is really working hard to make their college recruiting process easier and more efficient. What would you say the difference was when you were kind of going at the regular pace to when after we had the conversation you were like, all right, Jake, this is what I need to do?
I would say the more the better. I mean, if you just get more videos out there, it won't hurt. Like obviously you might be like that's too much work, but at the end of it, it's like, all right, it's too much work. Do you really want it then? So if you keep putting out videos and then keep sending them, keep doing your part, then it's helpful. Right? More people look at it. So I would say don't feel scared that you're doing too much. Yeah, do as much as you can, and then if it's too much, you'll adjust down, find some good stuff, and then it'll be your best things. But always try like keep pushing out stuff. Don't be scared to do too much. It's always
Okay,
good to keep being
I
pushed.
I I agree with you. Now I want to ask you this too. Your parents were awesome through the whole process. They believed
Hmm.
in LPG. They believed in you. They've obviously believed in you since you were born, or else they wouldn't put all the time, effort, and money. But they're great people. But
For
here's
sure.
something that was interesting during your process, Manny. They
Hmm.
during on one of our key calls, I remember them basically just saying, "Hey, some of these things we just don't understand, and we don't understand why college coaches do this, and we don't understand how
Hmm.
offers necessarily work." So do you
Yeah.
think that those key calls were important for your family's recruiting process about us, like me, for instance, kind of educating them along the way, but keeping them involved as much as I can while still allowing you to do your job on and off the field?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if your family's on board with it, with you and the player, then it's better. And you helping them know like what offer is and like helping them kind of like I would say get more educated about like the recruitment thing. It's helpful. So yeah.
So the biggest surprise that you learned, let's just say the most impactful thing that you learned from LPG
Mhm.
during your recruiting process?
Uh, okay, wait. I would say it would be just be happy with what you get. I mean, at some points you might not be wanting to. That might not be the number one, but at the end of the day, you'll always be happy with the decision you make. I mean, if you really want to play your sport and keep continuing along the line, you will make it. You'll make something happen. You will be happy with it at one point.
I
So
love that. I
that's
love
like the
that.
biggest thing.
So what you're saying in other words is it may not be the big time D1 school that you get
For
offered
sure.
from,
For sure.
but it's important that, and I talk to prospects about this almost every day, you want to go somewhere where you're wanted,
For
right?
sure.
And so with
Mhm.
your commitment, you're going somewhere where you're wanted, that you're going to have an opportunity to play early. Talk about that and the
Yeah.
importance of going somewhere where the coaches have made it very apparent that they want you there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, I should be starting middle infield for my freshman year, which I'm happy about because my end goal, I obviously want to play in MLB. So I'm going to try to do everything my way to do that. So finding a school that's actually looking for you and actually wants you is helpful. I remember I had a few options to choose from, which I'm happy about, and finding one that's actually like good for your family, location, money, position, like everything has to come to one center point. So it's actually good for you. So finding somewhere where they actually want you and that you'll actually be able to do stuff at an early age is good.
Okay, Manny, last question. All right. Your
Yep.
best piece of advice for active prospects going through the college recruiting process right now?
Stay with it. Don't be scared at one point, like, oh no, time's running out. No worries. At some point it will help out. Just be ready for that moment, be ready for a call. And if you have one offer, get one call or one interest, stick with it. See how it goes. if they really want you, they actually show attention to you. They will do something with you. So make sure you stay with it. Don't act scared. You'll be fine at one point.
That's a great piece of advice, Manny. I always knew you're such a great interview. So what can we agree? Can we do this again sometime?
Yes, sir. That's fine with me.
Okay, let's do it again sometime. And I'm sure that there are a lot of not only active prospects, but committed prospects and parents
Mhm.
and coaches that will see this and scouts that will see this and see not only how well spoken you are, but how authentic you are and how genuine you are. And so
For sure.
that's what we look for in our prospects, Manny. And when we do eventually get to meet in person, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you in person and to congratulate you on successfully completing the college recruiting process with LPG at your side. I assure you that we'll continue to support you as you get into college. I'm proud to have you a part of the LPG class of 2022. And thanks so much for joining this committed prospect interview.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Manny. Have a good one. Thank you.